Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Entertainment. Yang Mi don't steal home, my girlfriend rich and hot, taking advantage of Jing Tian's shyness, he deceived her into becoming a girlfriend. After the opening, Gong Wen, Yang Mi crazily wanted to steal home, dressed in a parallel world. Chen Ze deceived her into becoming his girlfriend while she was still young and wealthy in the world. He wrote an entertainment article, but was targeted by Yang Mi.Boss Yang Starting to crazily steal homes. At the same time, the anti-celestial system is activated. You triggered an incredible understanding and successfully mastered the oral technique, tongue like a brilliant flower. You triggered an incredible understanding and successfully mastered the technique, massage techniques. You have triggered an incredible understanding and successfully comprehended the combat technique, 18 Forms of Awei. As Chen Ze becomes increasingly outstanding, more and more female celebrities are eyeing him. Jing Tian is numb. Jing Tian. Me, are you stealing from my house? Yang Mi, don't be angry, the Tian Tian. Good things should be shared together. Liu Shishi, Tang Yan, Liu Tianxian. Sweetie, we really don't want to steal the house, just want to be sisters flowers with you. Reba, Yaya, Tian Xiwei, Zhao Lusi, and so on, they are all eager to try. Chen Ze. It's not me scumbag, it's the female celebrities who are determined to steal their homes. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 1. Refusing Yang Mi, my girlfriend is the Tian Tian. You are listening at novel full.audio. 1. Refusing Yang Mi's expensive request for a son, my girlfriend is the Tian Tian. Magic City. A mid-range residential area. Chen Ze lit a cigarette afterwards. Looking at his beautiful and explosive girlfriend in his arms, Chen Ze played with her hair, feeling a bit dreamy in his heart. Reborn for 7 years, since 2007, until 2014, although he is not wealthy. But it's not too failure either, at least it has moistened the precious flower in the world. The two embraced like this, feeling the warmth after the passion, but the sudden phone call still broke the atmosphere. Chen Ze picked up his phone by the bedside, and the incoming call was from an unfamiliar number. He frowned slightly, but he still chose to answer the call. On the other end of the phone, a sticky female voice came through. Hello, I'm Yang Mi. Upon hearing these words, Chen Ze was overjoyed. Although it's not 2024, but 2014, impersonating a female celebrity to commit fraud is too fake, okay. But men who have downloaded anti-fraud apps. Before the other party could finish speaking, Chen Ze said rashly, Yang Mi. You can't be that big star Yang Mi, can you? Is it difficult? Do you want to spend a lot of money seeking a son? Sorry, my girlfriend is Jing Tian. I just gave her my descendants, so I don't have any extra for now. Next time, please be early. After speaking, Chen Ze casually hung up the call from the scammer. But before hanging up, I vaguely heard her explaining, I'm really Yang Mi. Listening to Chen Ze's words, his girlfriend in his arms was even more blushing, and roast, Xiao Chen, why are you talking more and more coquettish? You said I'm your girlfriend. You're not afraid that our relationship will be exposed, you'll be responsible to me then. Upon hearing this, Chen Ze grinned and said, you are a wealthy flower in the world. Who would believe you are my girlfriend? You think I'm just bragging. She said she was Yang Mi. I said you were my girlfriend, isn't that excessive? And what I said is also true, aren't you my girlfriend? That's right, Chen Ze's girlfriend is truly a precious flower in the world. Jing Tian. He was dressed in this parallel world, and it happened to be 2007 when he became a newcomer to Beijing Film Academy, with Jing Tian as his desk mate. Taking advantage of her youthfulness, I fooled her into becoming a girlfriend. Of course, he can soak in Jing Tian. In addition to outstanding appearance, there is also talent and humor. With the memory of a reborn person and a slight understanding of music, he was a prominent figure during his time at Beijing Film Festival, and even one of the top 10 singers on campus. Helplessly, he wants to become a singer, but God played a joke on him. After graduation, I also successfully released an album, but there was no splash at all. He also tried to write songs and submit them to other singers. Although some songs were sold, the price was not too high, which was considered a small profit. Tornado, Huiyuanjia, Nocturne, and so on were all returned, so he simply posted them online himself, however, not much achievement either. But this is normal. Before Jay Chou became popular, his songs were also returned, saying that his songs were trash. Singer's dream shattered, Chen Ze simply picked up his old profession. Writing novels. Don't say it, it's really good. Because in this parallel world, not many people have written entertainment articles yet. His novel, Entertainment. I Really Don't Want to Be a Thief, went viral after it was published on Feilu Novel Network, making him the founder of entertainment literature. Monthly article fees, it has also reached over 100,000. Chen Ze is quite satisfied with such income. Write a novel for now, then look for other opportunities. Jing Tian, blinking his big eyes, he looked at his handsome boyfriend and joked with a smile, Xiao Chen, maybe he's really Yang Mi. I've become your girlfriend now. She's really Yang Mi, isn't it impossible? I have her number, can I help you confirm if it's her? No need. It's completely impossible. Chen Ze shook his head, although Yang Mi also graduated from Beijing Film Academy, she can be considered his and Jing Tian's senior sister. But he and Yang Mi, it's a matter of not being able to hit with 8 sticks. But Chen Ze didn't even know it was, at this moment, in the office of Jingtian, Yang Mi muttered with a displeased expression, don't believe that I am Yang Mi, and still say that I beg for a son with a lot of money. Do you really think I'm a scammer? Press out the cigarette but in your hand. Chen Ze looked at Jing Tian, who had a stunning appearance, and asked with a smile, sweetheart, what's up with you coming to see me this time? Oh my, I almost forgot about the main matter. Humph, it's all your fault. As soon as you entered the door, you started being careless with me and didn't give me a chance to speak, so you ended up in your thief's bed. Jing Tian complained lovingly. But immediately she got out of bed wrapped in sheets and took out a script from her bag on the living room sofa. I know, you can also earn money by writing novels. But at least you graduated from Beijing Film Academy and still look so handsome. It's too wasteful not to act. I've taken on a new play, you see if you're interested. If you're interested, I can help you secure a role. Jing Tian, hand the script to Chen Ze, then, he crawled into the bed again, sticking to Chen Ze like a kitten, and smiled, Xiao Chen, don't you think you're eating my soft rice? How could that be? Eating soft meals is my ideal in life. Chen Ze, a faint smile. Because of his appearance, the development of Jing Tian is also different from the original world. At present, it can only be said that there is a slight redness. However, her family background is not simple, as rumored, her grandfather is really a founding general. Therefore, although many capitalists are pursuing her, but no one dare to use dirty means against her. Chen Ze treated her, there is a sense of guilt about being lost. If it weren't for soaking her up, would her development in the entertainment industry have been smoother? He also fantasized about it, with the identity of a reborn individual, one can give her a better life. But now, he still doesn't have this ability. With this in mind, Chen Ze did not refuse her kindness. He opened the script and said, let me take a look at it. If it's good, maybe we can act it out. When a singer is not popular, may filming make him an actor? As Chen Ze flipped through the script, a mysterious mechanical sound suddenly rang out in his mind. Ding, the system of understanding the heaven is activated. You read the movie script, triggering an incredible understanding and successfully comprehending script writing ability, at the level of a master. Chen Ze, for a moment, immediately, my heart was filled with ecstasy, has the essential system for travelers finally arrived. 2. Awei's 18th style, Jing Tian supports the wall and walks. You are listening at novel full.audio. 2. Awei's 18th style, Jing Tian supports the wall and walks. As Chen Ze gained the ability to write scripts, a pile of knowledge about the script flooded into his mind. In Chen Ze's view, the script for the movie, My Beautiful Boss, given to her by Jing Tian has become like garbage. As long as he is willing, he can immediately write 10 or 8 scripts like this. Seeing Chen Ze in a daze, Jing Tian couldn't help but grab his arm and gently shake it, coquettishly saying, "Xiao Chen, what are you in a daze? Look at the script. Although it's not a big production, it should be okay, right?" And as she swayed, Chen Ze felt the temptation of her proud figure. Although it was not the first time Chen Ze had been honest with her, he couldn't help but swallow his saliva and said with a smile, "The Tian Tian, if you continue to seduce me like this, I can't help but commit another crime against you." Ah! Jing Tian blushed and said coquettishly, "You can commit a crime anytime you want. Now, let me know what you think of the script." The script is okay, isn't it? Because Jing Tian took on this movie, Chen Ze didn't want to hurt her too much and chose to tell a lie. Jing Tian's face lit up with joy, and she said with a smile, "Do you want to play? Maybe I can help you secure the role of the second male lead. Besides hoping that Chen Ze could act, if I want to act with him more, then I can get tired of being together." Chen Ze, as her first love boyfriend, is still loved by the romantic-minded Jing Tian. I may not be able to act. Chen Ze smiled and saw that Jing Tian's eyes became lost. He immediately explained, "I suddenly feel like I can write a script myself. Even, act as a director and make a movie." Jing Tian was a bit surprised and said, "Do you want to write your own script and become a director? What, don't you support me?" Chen Ze, with a faint smile, after activating the anti-heaven system, he was full of confidence. Since you can understand the master-level script writing ability by looking at the script, then the director's skills must also be comprehended. Support it. I support whatever Xiaochen does. You are so good at writing novels, so you must be good at writing scripts. Jing Tian looked serious. She, with a romantic mind, never doubted Chen Ze's talent. Even if his music is the same, although it's not very popular, Jing Tian really thinks his songs are super beautiful, especially the love songs specially written for her. Simple Love and Confession Balloon, she always plays in a loop, never getting tired of listening. Just support it. Let me first think about what kind of script to write. Chen Ze was quite moved by Jing Tian's unconditional support. He doted on her beautiful little face and smiled, "One day, I will tailor a script for you to ensure that you can become famous overnight." Okay. Xiao Chen is the most amazing. Jing Tian smiled sweetly and blinked her big eyes, saying, "Xiao Chen, as your girlfriend, I will definitely fully support you in making a movie. So, I want to invest in your first movie. Invest in me. I didn't even write the script well, so you're going to invest. Aren't you afraid that all your money will go to waste?" Chen Ze smiled helplessly. The Tian Tian is just too romantic. Not afraid. If you lose, you lose. And I believe Xiao Chen won't let me lose money. Jing Tian said with a firm gaze, "If I invest in my future husband, even if I lose money, what does it matter? It seems that you really want me to have a soft meal. Okay, I have eaten this bowl of soft rice. I will work hard to help you earn more money." Chen Ze, no rejection. If you want to film, you definitely have to spend money. And he made some money before, but all of it was used to buy a house, and now his balance on the card is only over 200,000 yuan, which is too poor. He's not a steal straight man either, although trying to avoid spending Jingtian's money as much as possible, but since it's an investment in filming, he can still accept it. Okay. I'll transfer the money to you tomorrow. Jing Tian chuckled and looked sweet. Actually, Chen Ze said he wouldn't eat soft rice, but since they established their romantic relationship, this is the first time he is willing to take her money. Thank you to the boss for generously donating. I have nothing to repay, so I can only promise with my own life. Chen Ze, a wicked smile. And Jing Tian's pretty face instantly blushed. However, she certainly wouldn't refuse. Isn't this normal communication between couples? Ding, you triggered the Monkey King's adventure and successfully comprehended 7-inch innocent tongue, master level. Ding, you triggered the Monkey King and successfully comprehended massage techniques, at the level of a master. Ding, you have triggered the Monkey King's enlightenment and successfully comprehended the 18 forms of Awei, at the level of a master. The system's prompt sound occasionally sounds. 1 hour later, Chen Ze lit another cigarette with a contented expression on his face. Jing Tian looked at Chen Ze and asked incredulously, Xiao Chen, you've changed. Did you steal food outside? How could that be? I became a self-taught person. Chen Ze grinned, I didn't expect this to also trigger the reversal of perception. After resting for half an hour, Jing Tian then leaned against the wall and entered the bathroom. After a brief wash, he looked at Chen Ze and said reluctantly, Xiao Chen, I'm going to join the team soon. Remember to think of me. Also, you can't indulge in promiscuity. Even if a girl actively flirts with you, you can't pay attention. Upon hearing this, Chen Ze shook his head and smiled, saying, I've been hiding at home all day. Where would a girl tease me? You've been thinking too much, right? That's it too. So be good at home and wait for me to come back. Jing Tian, cute, scratched his head. There's no way, who makes Chen Ze not only handsome in her eyes, but also humorous and talented. It's like, Bao Wenjing, look at Bao Buyer like that. Of course, Chen Ze is really handsome and talented. Around 5 p.m., even though Jing Tian was reluctant to part ways, he still left Chen Ze's house. As an artist, she is still very busy. And as she left, Chen Ze sat in front of the computer and started writing the movie script. Charlotte's Worries, 1. Outside a luxury hotel, outside, on a daily basis, a luxury Mercedes-Benz car was circling outside the hotel, and the security guard politely arranged for the luxury car to take its place. The car continued to circle. The security guard looked at the back of the car time and time again at a loss. Chen Ze, I am already familiar with the plot of Charlotte's Worries. With the master-level script writing ability, he wrote scripts at an extremely fast speed. Finger tapping on the keyboard, it's like playing the piano. About half an hour, he wrote a script of 3,000 words. He was about to continue writing with all his might when a knock came from outside the door. Chen Ze paused writing. As she walked to open the door, she muttered, Isn't it the Tian Tian? Is it possible that she missed something and didn't take it away? Generally speaking, no one came knocking on the door except for takeout. He thought it was Jing Tian who missed something and didn't take it, so he casually opened the door. Outside the door, it's a beautiful and charming oval face. However, but it's not sweet. Even Chen Ze was a bit surprised when he saw the visitor. Miss Yang Mi. Free, Yang Mi. Can I ask you for a son with a lot of money? You are listening at novel full.audio. Free, Yang Mi. Can I ask you for a son with a lot of money? Outside the door, Yang Mi was wearing a pair of denim shorts, revealing a long, white leg. The upper body is a simple white T-shirt, and the chest is propped up high, making it difficult for a single hand to grasp. It has a swing like the Tian Tian. Seeing the handsome Chen Ze, Yang Mi was clearly also somewhat surprised. She doesn't know Chen Ze. I don't even know if he used to be a singer or Jing Tian's first boyfriend. She only developed a strong interest in Chen Ze because she read his novel, Entertainment. I really don't want to be a thief. In her impression, online authors are generally otaku. Unexpectedly, Chen Ze has sword eyebrows and starry eyes, a handsome appearance, and a height of at least 1.8 meters or more. His appearance is not inferior to that of male artists in Jiaxing. This surprised her a bit. Upon hearing Chen Ze call her Yang Mi senior sister, she raised her eyebrows and asked in confusion, "Chen Ze, why are you calling me senior sister?" "Chen Ze, I can't guess why Yang Mi came knocking on her door." But thinking of the previous phone call, he understood that it was really Yang Mi herself just now, and he even joked about her asking for a son with a lot of money. He couldn't help but feel a little guilty and smirked, saying, "I am also a student of the 2007 Beijing Film Academy. When I mentioned you at school, I used to call you senior sister. I don't know why you came to me, senior sister. Oh, are you still a junior?" Yang Mi was also a bit surprised, but thinking of what Chen Ze had said on the phone before, she couldn't help but smirk and joke, "I'm here to ask for your son with a lot of money, can I?" "Honey, don't make a fuss. I thought you were a telecommunications scammer just now, that's why I said that. I didn't know it was really you." Chen Ze awkwardly smiled. Yang Mi begs for a son with great wealth. How could it be? She doesn't even want others to offer money, right? However, when he was just reborn, he also fantasized about taking down all four beauties of the immortal sword, and Yang Mi was naturally his object of lust. Upon hearing Chen Ze say, "Honey, don't make a fuss," Yang Mi couldn't help but think of the novel content of entertainment. "I really don't want to be a thief. I only have one request, honey, don't make any fuss. I want someone surnamed Liu to feel inferior in listening, obedience, I will definitely do my best." In the novel, she asked the male lead to retaliate against Liu Kaiwei. The male lead said this sentence to her. Thinking of this, Yang Mi's pretty face turned slightly red, but she remained calm and didn't want Chen Ze to see anything unusual about her. "Okay, I'll forgive you for now. Why, don't you want my senior sister to come in and sit down for a while?" Yang Mi gave a seductive smile. She naturally wouldn't really get angry about it. "Miss, please come in." Chen Ze asked Yang Mi to enter the house and then continued, "How did Miss Mi find my address and come to my house in person?" Yang Mi glanced at Chen Ze's house, a two-bedroom, one-living-room apartment, covering an area of about 100 square meters, is not cheap in the land and money-rich city of magic. Soon, she saw the bright computer screen. Seeing the document on the screen, which happened to be the script for Charlotte's Worries, she was even more delighted and thought to herself that she had found the right person this time. "Chen Ze, this guy, I really know how to write movie scripts." After a moment of contemplation, she suddenly revealed her fox-like novel and said, "If I say, I am a fan of your novel, do you believe me?" "What?" Chen Ze, completely stunned. Listening to Yang Mi's words, she actually knows her entertainment literature. He smiled with a guilty smile and awkwardly said, "Honey, you're joking. I'll just write about it. How could you be my fan? So, did you get my contact information and address through the website?" The person from Feilu Novel Network originally didn't want to give it to me. When I said I was Yang Mi herself, and then said that your novel damaged my reputation, I wanted to talk to the author, and they gave it to me." Yang Mi smiled and said. "So, Miss Mi wants to sue me for infringement." Chen Ze's head is a bit big. Writing entertainment articles, being approached by the female lead, is he the first person? Of course, he is not very panicked either. He writes the names of celebrities using homophones, and even if Yang Mi wants to sue him for infringement, it is not easy to succeed. Moreover, Yang Mi didn't say that, she welcomes the author to write about her in the novel, doesn't she care? "Yes, I want to tell you. In your novel, you wrote about me so coquettishly that you even fabricated that I married Liu Kaiwei. Shouldn't I sue you?" Yang Mi looked into Chen Ze's eyes, speaking so, the pretty face is full of smiles. Novels are purely fictional. Miss Mi, such a generous female celebrity, wouldn't she argue with me as a young author? Chen Ze gave a faint smile, I patted a little rainbow fart. This parallel world is also somewhat different. At this time, Yang Mi and Liu Kaiwei are not married. Although he is not afraid of Yang Mi suing him for infringement, if he is really sued, his entertainment book will basically become cold and it is impossible to continue writing. Seeing that Chen Ze didn't seem too scared, Yang Mi didn't scare him anymore and smiled, "You're right, I don't really care. But it's not impossible to sue you. Unless..." Yang Mi's fox-like eyes stared at Chen Ze, paused for a moment, not continuing. "Unless for what?" "Chen Ze, take the conversation with wit." He knew that the next step was for Yang Mi to come and find him. "Unless. Can you help me write a script?" As expected, Yang Mi expressed her request. Writing a script. Chen Ze gently frowned. Or perhaps the system has just been activated, he really can't help Yang Mi write the script. But at this moment, he can do it. After thinking for a moment, he asked, "Did Miss Mi read my novel and want the script for 3 lives, 10 generations, 10 miles of peach blossoms, ... However, Yang Mi smiled and shook her head. Then he pointed to the computer screen and smiled, "Aren't you writing the script for Charlotte's Worries? I want it. The release of new books and the importance of data. Looking for Flower monthly pass evaluation tickets. Starting from 10 a.m. on the first day, support from the big shots. The better the data, the more intense the updates." 4. Jiaopo met a fat and powder customer, and they immediately hit it off. You are listening at novel full.audio. 4. Jiaopo met a fat and powder customer, and they immediately hit it off. Yang Mi, his eyes were filled with ambition. Looking at Chen Ze, he chuckled lightly and said, "In your novel, you said that shooting 3 lives and 3 generations requires an investment of several hundred million yuan, and the filming and post-production will take at least 6 months to air. The investment is too large and the cycle is too long, I cannot take risks. What I want is Charlotte's Worries. Low cost, high return. As long as you write the script and give it to me, the price is reasonable. Yang Mi, speak arrogantly. She came here this time for the script of Charlotte's Worries." Of course, regarding Yang Mi's idea, her partner Xing Jia felt that she was foolish. How can you believe the plot in a novel? But Yang Mi, but I don't think so. Because in Chen Ze's novels, the process of filming a movie is described in great detail. Xiao Luo, Ma Dongmei, Yuan Hua, and Qiuya all have detailed descriptions and some classic lines that make her feel funny when reading novels. Moreover, Chen Ze is writing the script for Charlotte's Worries. This also proves that her guess is not wrong. Yang Mi looked at Chen Ze's gaze, just like looking at my lover, full of anticipation. After listening to Yang Mi's words, Chen Ze finally figured out her purpose of coming. Boss Yang is really an ambitious person. He even skipped 33 generations and 10 miles of peach blossoms, and wanted to shoot Charlotte's Worries. Regarding this, Chen Ze greatly admires it. As a reborn person, he knows the final box office of the movie. But Yang Mi doesn't know, she's currently taking risks and gambling heavily. Taking a deep glance at Yang Mi, Chen Ze could sense the woman's ambition. No wonder she dares to sign a gambling agreement, she really dares to fight. And he happened to be planning to write the script for Charlotte's Worries, and shoot it. Yang Mi and his ideas, just like how Jiaopo meets a fat powder customer, a perfect match. After a little contemplation, Chen Ze looked at Yang Mi and said, "Sister Mi, it's not impossible for me to give you the script for Charlotte's Worries. But I have a condition." Upon hearing this, Yang Mi thought Chen Ze wanted to talk about money, so she smiled slightly and said, "What conditions? I can try my best to meet you. Try to satisfy me as much as possible." Chen Ze greedily glanced at her plump figure. I thought to myself, would you agree to my condition if you stayed with me all night? Of course, he only indulged in sexual pleasure for a moment, then said with a serious expression. My script cannot be changed by anyone. And I don't want any money, I want a share of the box office. Even, I can invest and become a director myself. Box office split. And also invest in becoming a director. Yang Mi's eyebrows furrowed lightly. I didn't expect Chen Ze to propose such conditions. But from his words, Yang Mi also felt Chen Ze's ambition. And his confidence in Charlotte's troubles. If it weren't for a burst of confidence, how could he possibly propose such a condition? There was a hint of curiosity in her eyes, but she still smiled and said, investing, it's not impossible to get a share of the box office. It's just a matter of watching how much. I can discuss this with my partner. But if you want to become a director yourself, it's a bit difficult. Is it because you were a student in the directing department at Beijing Film Academy before? Do you know how to make movies? I understand a little bit. As for whether I am capable or not, when the filming really starts, Miss Mi can test it. If she thinks it's not enough, she can change the director. Chen Ze, a faint smile. He studied acting at Beijing Film Academy before. Moreover, he is devoted to music and has not learned any acting skills. But now, he has a system. Director skills, isn't it simple? Looking at Chen Ze's confident expression, even the fox like Mr. Yang was intimidated by him. Although Chen Ze may be a new director, if he could really do it, he would definitely be able to make Charlotte's Worries even better. Because, this is the script he wrote. However, the new director lacks experience. She can find an experienced assistant director to watch on site when the time comes. Okay, that's settled. You write the script first, and then I will go back to Jiaxing with you and sit down with the partners to have a good conversation. I will never treat you unfairly. Yang Mi, very decisive. She saw countless possibilities from Chen Ze. After a pause, she spoke again and said, how long will it take you to write the script for Charlotte's Worries? Of course, I hope it's as fast as possible. The faster, the better. Chen Ze's eyes narrowed slightly. The total word count for the entire script of Charlotte's Worries is approximately 38,000 words. His writing speed for novels is 5,000 words per hour. Now I have the ability to write master-level scripts. Therefore, the speed will be faster. Approximately 6,000 words per hour. But even so, he had to write nearly 40,000 words without stopping for over 6 hours before he could finish the script among them, plus eating and using the restroom, occasionally smoking, stretching, and exercising, so, at least 7 hours or even longer. However, just stay up late, he can finish writing the script tonight. Thinking of traveling for 7 years but still being mediocre, Chen Ze wanted to quickly rise to fame. He looked at Mr. Yang with a hopeful expression on his face and said with a smile, honey, give me 1 night and I will write the script well. Can I finish writing in 1 night? Yang Mi, everyone was somewhat surprised. She knew the script was difficult to write. Some screenwriters may even spend a year and a half to write the script, but they may not be able to do it well. Chen Ze, surprisingly, it only takes 1 night. Thinking of this, she was even more surprised. Looking at Chen Ze with a smile, she said, if I could really finish writing in 1 night, I wouldn't be leaving. I'll stay with you tonight. Accompany me. Chen Ze, I suddenly felt a bit daydreaming. What kind of companionship is Yang Mi talking about? Even couldn't help but glance at her unusual chest. Is it difficult or not? She not only fell in love with my script, are you still interested in my people? The release of new books and the importance of data. Looking for Flower monthly pass evaluation tickets. Starting from 10 a.m. on the first day, support from the big shots. The better the data, the more intense the updates. 5. The Tian Tian is already moist, what is de mi? You are listening at novel full.audio. 5. The Tian Tian is already moist, what is de mi? Seeing Chen Ze's gaze, Yang Mi's pretty face turned red, knowing her words made Chen Ze think crooked. At the same time, he also roast in his heart. This guy really deserves to write Chao Shiwen, and his thought is particularly dirty. She blushed and explained, I happen to have nothing to do tonight. Being with you means I can write scripts with you. Don't think so. Upon hearing this, Chen Ze gave a faint smile. His girlfriend is very sweet, whether it's her physique or appearance, she's not inferior to Yang Mi, therefore, Chen Ze still has resistance against Yang Mi, a fox-like female celebrity. I won't see her, just like a dog in heat. If Miss Mi is willing to accompany me in writing the script, of course I don't mind. But I'm planning to order takeout for dinner now. I'm not sure if Miss Mi has eaten it yet. Can I help you order it? Chen Ze smiled and said. He had been exercising with Jing Tian for so long before, and now it's around 6 p.m. Of course, he needs to eat to replenish his energy. Otherwise, what are you really doing with Yang Mi? He's exhausted. Okay. I happen to be hungry too. Feel free to order, it's my treat. Yang Mi said generously, she is indeed a bit hungry. After more than half an hour, Yang Mi looked at the table full of vegetables, a bit dumbfounded. Chinese mitten crab, steamed grouper, spicy shrimp, crab yellow noodles. You're really impolite, kid. Chen Ze grinned and joked, honey, how can I be polite when treating you? Besides, I eat better and have more inspiration when writing scripts. Bull. You're capable enough, kid. Yang Mi couldn't help but give a thumbs up. She hasn't tried it yet, does any boy treat her like a water fish to slaughter like this? And when Chen Ze faced her, he was not nervous at all, which made her a bit strange. Although, celebrities are not particularly impressive, but generally, men are still reserved in front of her. Thinking that Chen Ze is also a student of Beijing film, she guessed that perhaps he had already seen many big stars, and it was normal for him to not be nervous when facing her. She still didn't guess, Chao Ze's girlfriend, it is a world of wealth and prosperity, with beautiful scenery. He has even moistened the sweetness, what is Demimi, they're just women, what's so scary about them? Two people, sit down at the dining table and chat while eating. Due to Chen Ze's calm and composed demeanor, Yang Mi also relaxed a lot. Unlike usual, she was full of vigilance towards outsiders. As she peeled her hairy crabs, she curiously asked, as a graduate of Beijing Film Academy, why didn't you go to film and instead write a novel? You may have become popular as an actor with your looks. I didn't come across a good opportunity, did I? Moreover, I initially wanted to become a singer. Chen Ze smiled slightly and looked at Yang Mi, saying, speaking of which, I wrote your song for you. My song? Are you saying the offering of love? Yang Mi looked shocked and said, are you Xiaochen? Well, yes. Chen Ze, no denial. He released his own album, although it wasn't very popular, however, based on the memories of the reborn, some songs were still sold. Like, The Offering of Love, Chen Ze sold it to Yang Mi for 100,000 yuan, but there was also copyright income. This song, it can also be considered a fire, subsequently, it brought him some income. It's really you. So, you also wrote Lao Shui's, Actor, and Ugly 8 Monsters. Yang Mi, the action of peeling crabs has all stopped, Chen Ze is just, Xiao Chen, which makes her feel unbelievable. It was also written by me. Speaking of which, I can afford to buy a house, and I also want to thank you and Lao Shui for earning me a lot of copyright fees in the future. Chen Ze smiled and said. He has made some money by writing songs over the years. Otherwise, he can't afford to buy a house in the Magic City. You really have talent. Not just a novelist, but also a musical genius. Why don't you sing by yourself? With your looks and musical talent, you should be able to become popular, right? At this moment, Yang Mi, I was a bit impressed by Chen Ze's talent. Even thinking, should we sign him into Jiaxing World? Use some resources to push Chen Ze, maybe he can become popular. Upon hearing this, Chen Ze smiled bitterly and said, I have also tried to release an album, but maybe my music level is limited and my singing skills are also poor. I didn't get popular, did I? Before him, there is no system. Even if he studies music with hard work, he is not a genius like Jay Cho. He couldn't completely replicate songs at the level of, In the Name of the Father, and, Chapter 7 of the Night. I can only, write some drool songs to sell for money. But now, he's not worried about these anymore, with the system, when the god of songs is no longer a fantasy. Yang Mi, I don't know his thoughts. Upon hearing that Chen Ze had released an album, he wiped his hands clean and took out his phone to start searching. Are you also called Chen when you release an album? Let me listen and see. You're not singing well, why don't you stop listening? Chen Ze awkwardly smiled. Yang Mi, I have already searched for his songs. Sunny. Black humor, a white sweater. I'll know if it sounds good or not just by listening. Yang Mi, first, I clicked on Sunny Day, at the same time, recalling the content of the novel, Entertainment. I really don't want to be a thief, he smiled and said, you also wrote this song, Sunny Day, in your novel, right? I've always been curious, will the songs in novels sound good when brought to reality? 5 updates, looking for Flower Monthly Pass evaluation tickets. 6. Yang Mi retaliated against Liu Kaiwei over the phone. You are listening at novel full.audio. 6. Yang Mi retaliated against Liu Kaiwei over the phone. As the melodious prelude to Sunny Day rings, Yang Mi's eyes lit up, feeling that this song was very similar to the style she had imagined when reading novels, which was what she wanted. It sounds really nice. How could it not have caught fire? Boss Yang, with a puzzled expression on his face. She thinks this song, Sunny Day, has the potential to become a hit. Perhaps it is also because she has read novels and has a certain filter of Chen Ze that she is so certain of Chen Ze's talent. Chen Ze shook his head and smiled, saying, perhaps it was almost luck, but I think the quality of this song must be very good. This is Jay Chou's song, he couldn't make the song go viral, it's definitely not a problem with the song, but with his singing skills and luck. Chen Ze still has this self-awareness. Yang Mi thought for a moment and looked at Chen Ze's proposal, how about you sign into our Jiaxing world? I believe with your talent and more resources, you should be able to become popular. Forget it. I don't have this idea at the moment. Signing an entertainment company has too many rules and regulations. Chen Ze shook his head. Before obtaining the system, he was unwilling to sign any entertainment company. Not to mention now, how could he be plucked by someone? Okay, when you have an idea, you can come to me again. Yang Mi, I didn't persist either. After dinner, Chen Zeji continued to write the script for Charlotte's Troubles. Yang Mi pulled a chair and sat next to Chen Ze. When she saw the content of the script, and Chen Ze's flowing writing speed, she was stunned. So professional. And this speed is too terrifying, isn't it? Can it be said that the script for Charlotte's Worries had been in his mind countless times before he could write it so smoothly now? Yang Mi, his expression was somewhat frightened. As an actress, she is naturally familiar with scripts. Chen Ze's script, both in format and content, is very professional and written according to the requirements of the movie script. Outside a luxury hotel, outside, on the day. Outside the luxury hotel, there is a filming scene, and on the outside, it represents the external scenery, day represents the part of the day. Yang Mi approached Chen Ze for the script for Charlotte's Worries, this time, originally with a trial mentality. Unexpectedly, Chen Ze really gave her a surprise. It seems like you found the right person. At this level of expertise, it's not inferior to those experienced screenwriters I've seen. Yang Mi sighed in her heart. Chen Ze turned around and his gaze happened to align with her proud heart. After silently exclaiming that it was truly magnificent, she smiled and asked, "Honey, are you still satisfied with the script? Do you have any suggestions?" Very good. Yang Mi shook her head and smiled, I don't know how to write a script. What advice can I give you? If Miss Mi has no objections, then I will continue writing. Chen Ze, a faint smile. He just politely asked Yang Mi for her opinion. Even if she really has any suggestions, Chen Ze can listen, but he won't change. At 10:30 p.m., Chen Ze has written 20,000 words. He stretched lazily, ready to take a break before continuing his struggle. Turning around to take a look, Yang Mi half lay on the sofa in the living room. She couldn't have been staring at Chen Ze writing novels all the time, holding her phone and reading novels. Chen Ze, her gaze fell on her slender and beautiful legs. And coincidentally, Yang Mi also looked up at him, facing each other. The atmosphere suddenly became somewhat charming. Chen Ze didn't expect to sneak a glance at her leg and be caught on the spot, feeling a bit awkward for a moment. Boss Yang, her pretty face also caught a hint of blush. She is watching entertainment. I really don't want to be a thief. Coincidentally, she saw a scene of racing again, which made her feel a bit muddy. Moreover, she is the female lead. Chen Ze was once again introduced as the male lead. So now, she was also a bit awkward. Two people, I don't even know what to say. Yang Mi's phone, but it happened to ring. This gave her a slight sigh of relief. At least, don't be so awkward. She blushed and said, I'll answer the phone. It won't affect your script, will it? I don't know. I happen to be planning to take a break. Chen Ze smiled shyly. Yang Mi nodded and then took out her phone from her pocket upon seeing the caller ID display. Eyes, however, have become even more complex. The person who called her, coincidentally, in the novel, the Green Hatter who was fiercely retaliated against by her. Liu Kaiwei. Chen Ze, seeing her in a daze, asked with some confusion, Honey, aren't you going to answer the phone? Suppressed the wild thoughts in my heart. Boss Yang still bravely answered the phone. Honey, where are you? I happen to be coming to the Magic City. Do you want to come out and have a late-night snack? Liu Kaiwei sounded with the voice of Hong Kong Pooh. No, I can't. I'm ready to take a break. I've been losing weight lately. Let's schedule another time. Yang Mi, for some reason, I chose to lie. My mind is filled with vivid thoughts, thinking of the content in the novel. In the novel, she discovered that Liu Kaiwei and Wang O were playing night-light scripts. She blocked her in the hotel room. Finally, she called the male protagonist over and retaliated against Liu Kaiwei through the room, so that Liu Kaiwei could hear her despicable voice. Is she currently retaliating against Liu Kaiwei through the phone? Suddenly, it's a bit muddy. She blushed and said, Kevin, I won't tell you for now. After speaking, I hung up the phone. As Chen Ze looked at Mr. Yang's appearance, he couldn't help but laugh and joke, Honey, what's your boyfriend's phone number? Seeing Chen Ze's smile, Yang Mi felt a bit embarrassed. Why did she lie? She had nothing to do with Chen Ze from the beginning. She glanced at Chen Ze and said calmly, Liu Kaiwei is not my boyfriend, we are just ordinary friends. Ordinary friend. Chen Ze, I have some doubts. Is it difficult for Yang Mi and him to get along yet? And Yang Mi gave him a white glance and said, you wouldn't think that I'm secretly dating Liu Kaiwei like what's written in your novel, right? He is indeed pursuing me. But I didn't accept it. Pursuing. Chen Ze frowned, but soon figured it out. This is a parallel world, it's normal to have some differences from the original world. With this in mind, Chen Ze couldn't help but joke, since it's not his boyfriend, why lie? My girlfriend and I don't have a relationship that can't be seen. Honey, you're a bit guilty of being a thief. Yang Mi just wanted to refute. But this time it was Chen Ze's turn and his phone rang immediately. Yang Mi noticed on his face, there was also a guilty expression about being a thief. She suddenly became interested. This should be Chen Ze's girlfriend checking her job, right? And Chen Ze, but it's a bit cautious and insincere. because of my girlfriend Jing Tian, I played him a video called Seeking Flower Monthly Pass Evaluation Ticket. 7. Yang Mi, you want to steal the Tian Tian's home. Seeking. You are listening at novel full.audio. 7. Yang Mi, you want to steal the Tian Tian's home. My girlfriend's video. Why don't you answer? You're not feeling guilty, are you? Yang Mi smiled and said, just like a mischievous little fox. Didn't Chen Ze just make fun of her for being guilty? Now, but it's his turn. After listening to Yang Mi's words, Chen Ze didn't panic anymore. He smiled faintly and said, Miss Mi, you don't think I'm afraid my girlfriend will find you here, do you? I don't have tracheitis. On the contrary, I'm afraid she might see Miss Mi, and she won't know how to explain why she's at my house in the middle of the night. Yang Mi, I immediately felt happy. How could she possibly be afraid of this? How to say, she is also a female celebrity. How confident does Chen Ze's girlfriend need to be to think that she will covet her man? Then you should be taking the video. I would like to see if your girlfriend suspects that I have an affair with you. Line. Then I'll take it. Zhao Ze gave a teasing smile, connected Jingtian's video request. Immediately, Jing Tian's stunning face appeared in the video. Even with a bare face, she is still so beautiful that she bubbles. She seems to be in the hotel, the phone seems to be leaning against the bedside, and she was lying on the bed in loose pajamas, deep ditches, attracting attention. Xiao Chen, why did it take so long to receive the video? You wouldn't start dating women back home while I was just on the set, would you? Jing Tian, a sweet voice sounded. Chen Ze smiled and said, yes, sweetheart, how do you know there's a woman in my family? Your sixth sense is too scary, isn't it? And you also know this person. She's still our senior sister. Humph, I don't believe it. If you dare to act recklessly, Xiao Chen, I can't spare you. Jing Tian snorted, but said lovingly, you lied to me that you're a senior sister. Why don't you just say you're Yang Mi's senior sister and come to you for a lot of money? She also remembered the phone call that Chen Ze answered in the afternoon, as if she had been poked with a smile. Jiao chuckled with a giggle and said, if Yang Mi really asks you for a son with a lot of money, would you agree? It depends on your opinion. If you agree, I'll help her. Chen Ze, with a wicked smile, his gaze drifted towards Yang Mi who was stunned. Jing Tian didn't believe it at all and said with a smile, even if you agree, sister Yang Mi doesn't agree either. She's not interested in you. Only I treat you as a treasure. At this point, Yang Mi was completely bewildered. She recognized Jing Tian's voice, Chen Ze's girlfriend. Surprisingly, it's really her. Hearing Jing Tian also talk about seeking a son with a lot of money made her even more flustered. She thought to herself, sweetheart, won't you really misunderstand her? There is a thrill of stealing sunshine. She suddenly panicked, I'm afraid Jing Tian will find out that she's at Chen Ze's house. Seeing Chen Ze's gaze drifting towards him, she quickly shook her hand with a guilty heart, gesturing not to tell Jing Tian that she was here. But Chen Ze clearly wanted to tease her and deliberately said, honey, do you believe you're here? Do you want to show your face or say something? Chen Ze's words, Yang Mi suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. Can't help but glare at Chen Ze, this guy is deliberately trying to make her look ugly, right? However, I haven't waited for Yang Mi's reaction yet. Jing Tian smiled coquettishly and said, alright, Xiao Chen, stop bragging. If Yang Mi is really by your side, then you should seize the opportunity to sleep with her, and I won't blame you. I won't tell you anymore. I just want to see you before going to bed. By the way, I'm already in Hengdian. Good night, Xiao Chen. Good night, princess. Chen Ze, I also said good night to Jing Tian. Then, the Tian Tian hung up on the video. At this point, Yang Mi looked at Chen Ze with an incredulous expression and asked, is your girlfriend really Jing Tian? What, am I not worthy? On the other hand, Miss Me, why are you so timid? Are you afraid that sweet Tian will see you? Chen Ze grinned, intentionally contemptuously joked. Where am I afraid? I and you are innocent. I don't want to cause unnecessary misunderstandings. Yang Mi, still speaking hard. But staying at Chen Ze's house in the middle of the night is still a bit difficult to explain. Moreover, Chen Ze's girlfriend is Jing Tian, this made her a bit embarrassed. If it's just a girl she doesn't know, she would actually put on a joke because she's not afraid of the other person misunderstanding her relationship with Chen Ze. But Jing Tian is different, they are all female artists, who knew she wouldn't want to be crooked. Looking at Yang Mi's stubborn expression, Chen Ze actually wanted to tease her even more. Looking at her up and down, she smiled mischievously and said, "Honey, you heard me too. Sweetheart, let me seize the opportunity to sleep with you. What do you want to do?" "Pooh. Scumbag, I have no idea about you." Yang Mi reddened and spat. But she didn't really get angry about Chen Ze's teasing. On the contrary, I couldn't help but think of the content of the novel. Chen Ze, this guy, wouldn't also want to be a bandit, would he? He is the author, it's not strange to have such thoughts. Thinking of spending a room with Chen Ze, a lonely man, no widow at this moment, she felt a bit dangerous and her eyes couldn't help but become somewhat guarded. Noticing the change in her gaze, Chen Ze shook his head and smiled, saying, "Don't be nervous, I'm just joking with you. My girlfriend is really sweet. She's young and beautiful, why should I mess with you? I won't do anything that violates the law." Young and beautiful. Yang Mi's eyebrows furrowed lightly, strange competitiveness emerged. Although she is a bit older than Jing Tian, is she also young and beautiful? This guy, speaking of Jing Tian, her face is sweet, speaking of her, why does she have a disdainful expression on her face? Yang Mi secretly swore in her heart, one day, let this guy see her charm. But I don't know, from this moment on, I had a vague idea of stealing from home. The data is too bleak, looking for some flowers and evaluation tickets. This book has been signed and will definitely be written down. Big shots, give some support. 8. The Tian Tian falls in love with me because of my strengths. You are listening at novel full.audio. 8. The Tian Tian falls in love with me because of my strengths. In the blink of an eye, it was late at night at 11 o'clock. After a small interlude, Chen Ze and Yang Mi truly became acquainted. This time it was Chen Ze's turn to treat the guests. He ordered a bunch of barbecue and a few bottles of beer, and had a late-night snack with Mr. Yang. Yang Mi, while gnawing on the chicken wings, he curiously asked, "How did you make it so sweet? How could she take a liking to you?" "Because of my strengths." Chen Ze took a sip of beer and said with a smile. "Special skills." Boss Yang's pretty face turned red. Since reading Chen Ze's novels, she is prone to thinking crooked. Upon hearing Chen Ze's words, I felt like he was driving again and gave him a blank glance. Are all the people who write novels so dirty? Where is it dirty? Have you never heard of it? The more the author likes driving, the simpler it is actually, because it is all his imagination. Just like those authors who write love stories, they haven't actually been in love. How can an author who has been in love and witnessed the power of women write such a dreamy love story? Chen Ze said with a smile. You seem to make sense when you say that. Just like authors of entertainment articles, how do they have the opportunity to attract female celebrities? Yang Mi nodded, I fully agree with Chen Ze's words. Upon hearing this, Chen Ze gave a cheap smile and said, so, which entertainment writer could find a Tian Tian as a girlfriend like me? Now, I have established a relationship with Miss Me again. Line by line. Please don't boast. Yang Mi quickly interrupted Chen Ze's boasting and brought the topic back to Jing Tian. You haven't said it yet, how did you get involved with Jing Tian? Didn't I say it because of my strengths? Yang Mi, I couldn't help but roll my eyes. Even if it's a specialty, you don't have to keep emphasizing, do you? Perhaps the more emphasized it is, the more boastful it becomes. Chen Ze didn't care and smiled, saying, because of my strengths, such as singing, dancing, and rap, isn't it normal for her to like me? When I was at Beijing, I was also a prominent figure, okay? Yang Mi, who just took a sip of beer, I almost sprayed. Thinking back to the content of the novel, she smiled and asked, is it the same singing and dancing rap as the male celebrity Kai in the novel? Kai Ji. My singing and dancing rap are certainly much better than him. Chen Ze smiled and said. The entertainment articles he writes use homophones of celebrities, Kai Shukuan, he changed it to Kai Ji. Right, that's Kai Ji. You really laughed at him when he appeared. By the way, does this character really exist in the real entertainment industry? Who exactly is his prototype? Perhaps there will be. Chen Ze played a trick. At this time, Kai Shukuan has not yet debuted, he doesn't know if there will be any changes in this parallel world. The two of them ate and drank together. After eating and drinking, it was already midnight. Yang Mi is becoming increasingly interested in Chen Ze at this moment. This guy is not only witty and humorous, but also knows a lot, although 2 or 3 years younger than her, but it doesn't feel like she's a younger brother to her. Instead, he looks like a scumbag who has been used to the world. Chen Ze finished his last sip of beer and looked at Yang Mi, whose pretty face had turned red due to drinking. He smiled and said, I want to continue writing the script. Miss, do you still want to stay with me? Yang Mi shook her head and said, no, I should go back too. After you finish writing the script, you can go directly to Jingtian to find me tomorrow. What did she say? She is also a female celebrity who seduces and commits crimes. Now that I've had another drink with Chen Ze, who knows if staying at his house any longer will lead to his animalistic behavior. This little bit of caution, she should still have it. Line. Then miss me, go back and rest. I have written the script and will come to see you tomorrow. Chen Ze, I didn't keep her, anyway, nothing can happen. Ultimately, Yang Mi called her assistant to pick her up. And Chen Ze started fighting for the script again around 4 a.m., he just finished writing all the scripts for Charlotte's Worries. After taking a shower and lying back in bed, Chen Ze didn't go to bed immediately. Instead, he opened his phone and began searching for knowledge about the director. Now, he is a systematic person. How can one not use their intelligence to go against the sky and upgrade? How to become an excellent director? To become an excellent director, one needs to put in tremendous effort and possess various abilities and qualities. 1. Cultivate creativity and imagination. Watch various movies, TV dramas, documentaries and other film and television works, draw inspiration and creativity from them, try to create some short films or stories on your own, and cultivate your creativity and imagination. 2. Learning film language and techniques. Deeply study film language and techniques, including camera language, image composition, editing techniques, and other aspects. 3. Accumulate practical experience. Participate in film production practice as much as possible and accumulate experience. 4. Improve communication and leadership skills. Chen Ze, I slowly started reading. After about half an hour, the system prompt he was looking forward to finally rang. Ding, you read about the knowledge related to the director, trigger your critical thinking, and successfully comprehend director skills, at the level of a master. Immediately, it's just a bunch of knowledge related to the director, it flooded into Chen Ze's mind. This is tens of millions of times stronger than the information seen online. Let Chen Ze, from director Xiao Bai, transformed into a master-level director. It seems that there are also conditions for triggering the reverse of comprehension. It's not just about taking a glance, it still requires some reading and understanding to trigger. Chen Ze, I have also gained a certain understanding of the rebellious nature of comprehension. He glanced at the script given by Jing Tian before, which triggered his rebellious intellect. It was because he was originally a novelist and had a slight understanding of the script, therefore, easier to trigger the system. After obtaining the skills of a master-level director, Chen Ze is not satisfied yet. He started learning other knowledge again. Ding, you have learned singing techniques, triggered a rebellious understanding, and successfully comprehended singing techniques at the level of a master. Ding, you watched a guitar teaching video and triggered a rebellious understanding, successfully comprehending guitar playing techniques at the level of a master. Ding, you at this moment, Chen Ze's desire to learn, it's simply an unprecedented intensity. Is anyone watching? Can we deduct one and send some data? Thank you, thank you. 9. Chen Ze experienced the joy of the traveler. You are listening at novel full.audio. 9. Chen Ze experienced the joy of the traveler. Sleepless all night, but Chen Ze still feels refreshed and refreshed. He finally experienced the joy of the traveler. Having a system and a traveler without a system is a world of difference. Now only then did he truly become the male lead. It wasn't until 11 noon that he reluctantly put down his phone. And in his mind, but with countless new skills added. Guitar, piano, drums, violin, cello, he has taken the time to learn and successfully triggered his ultimate understanding, elevating his skills to the level of a master. The improvement of musical instruments and singing skills, it further boosted Chen Ze's confidence. If a previous album was not popular, if his music level and luck were a bit poor, then he would honestly admit it. But now, if he releases a new song, if no one knows how to appreciate it yet, so he must doubt the listeners of this world, there is a problem with his music appreciation ability. Let's go. Go talk to Mimi about the script. I just don't know, can she persuade her other two partners to invest the money in Charlotte's Worries? Chen Ze, at the copy shop near the community, after printing out several copies of the script for Charlotte's Worries, I finally stopped a taxi and headed towards Jiaxing, the office building where Jiaxing Tianxia is located. Chen Ze looked up at the towering buildings and the bustling streets around him, and his ambition began to stir in his heart. Capitalists. He not only wants to be a director, or actors, singers. He also wants to be a powerful capitalist, otherwise, he can't even protect Jing Tian. No matter what the world is, only with money can one do as they please. Taking a deep breath, Chen Ze regained his harmless smile. Before being truly awesome, it's always right to be low-key. Immediately, Chen Ze stepped into the office building, entered the elevator and pressed the floor where Jiaxing Tianxia is located. Before departing, he notified Yang Mi in advance. Jiaxing the world, meeting room. Yang Mi's eyebrows furrowed tightly, and in the conference room, besides her, and her two partners. Xingjia and Zhao Ruoruo both hold more shares than her, and naturally have a higher voice than her. At this point, Xingjia said with a black face, "Honey, it's not that I doubt your investment vision, but that investing in a movie recklessly is too risky. Moreover, this is just a script written by the author after you read the novel. Who can be certain if the script will work or not? Anyway, I object." However, Zhao Ruoruo maintained a smile and advised, "Jia, you don't need to be too decisive. I think investing is not a bad idea. Just a little bit is enough. Honey, as you know, our company hasn't been established for long, and now we have signed a betting agreement with someone, so we naturally have to be cautious in everything. As you said, this is just a low-cost movie, with an investment of 20 to 30 million yuan. However, 30 million is basically all the working capital that our company can currently provide. If we invest all of it in movies, would it be too risky? Perhaps, invest a few million, and then look for other investors." Xingjia and Zhao Ruoruo, one person pretends to have a black face and the other pretends to have a red face. They were all former agents of Yang Mi, who had been working together for so many years, and they were also aware that Yang Mi's personality was always clear, and once they made a decision, it was difficult to change. Therefore, we can only persuade her to invest less. They are not optimistic about making movies, especially if it's a script written by a new screenwriter. What good box office can a movie have? The two have been rolling around in the entertainment industry for so many years, nature is not believed. Plus this movie, Yang Mi is not even the female lead, they feel even more unreliable. Although Jiaxing's development is relatively good, it's actually all thanks to Yang Mi. It's her popularity that has driven other artists shooting TV dramas, other artists who bring fire, or participate in variety shows and crazily make money. This is the idea of Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi investing only a few million. Yang Mi squinted her eyes, the partner didn't agree to make the movie, she expected it, but just wanted to persuade them. Unexpectedly, no matter what she says, in the end, they were only willing to invest a few million. Is it like what is written in Chen Ze's novel that Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi partnered with me to start a company, just to steal my wool? Are they really this kind of people? Yang Mi, I couldn't help but think of the content of Chen Ze's novel. In the novel, she won a gambling agreement with Jiaxing Tianxia and caused the stock price to soar dozens of times before being kicked out of the company at the beginning. She doesn't believe it. Now it seems possible, isn't it? She took a soft breath and looked at Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi, saying, I definitely want to make this movie. If the company can only contribute a few million, so, with the remaining money, I will figure it out on my own. At this moment, she even decided, even if the individual contributes, it doesn't matter. Honey, you don't think that novelist would really invest how much money, do you? If he has such confidence, why does he need to cooperate with you? Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi, seeing Yang Mi no longer persevering, she breathed a soft sigh of relief. Meanwhile, another kind reminder outside, Chen Ze is led by the front desk receptionist. I also arrived at the door of the conference room and knocked on the door at this moment. He, still fantasizing, Jiaxing Tianxia waved his hand and invested 30 to 50 million yuan, allowing him to squander freely as long as he made a good movie unexpectedly. Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi are only willing to invest a few million looking for flower monthly pass evaluation tickets. 10. It's not impossible to be forced to act forced. You are listening at novel full.audio. 10. It's not impossible to be forced to act forced. The door of the conference room opens, Yang Mi appeared in front of Chen Ze. She was wearing a black OL dress today, with a white lace shirt on her upper body, paired with a small black suit. This kind of her, added a hint of feminine charm. She smiled at Chen Zezhan and said, Chen Ze, thank you for your hard work. I asked you to stay up late to finish writing the script. Let me introduce you to both of my partners. This is Xing Jia and the other is Zhao Lusi. Mr. Zheng is good, Mr. Zhao is good. First time meeting, please take good care of us. Chen Ze, he greeted me calmly and without any hesitation. Yang Mi's partner, he has heard a lot about it. Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi are both slightly older than Yang Mi, at least in their 30s, but they still retain their charm. Are you Chen Ze? Honey, praise your script for writing very well. You have great potential when you are young. Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi, at this moment, his face was also full of smiles. Even if I feel that Chen Ze is unreliable in my heart, I naturally wouldn't just show my face casually like them. Moreover, Yang Mi is so optimistic about Chen Ze, don't look at the monk's face and look at the Buddha's face, surface level skills are still necessary. Miss Me, I flattered you. This is the script I wrote for Charlotte's Worries. Xing Jia and Mr. Zhao can take a look. If you're not satisfied with anything, you can let me know and I'll see if I can make any changes. Chen Ze, hand them the script. Amazing. Write a script one night. Most editors don't have your ability. Xing Jia praised it, but in my heart, I feel like I can write a script in one night, where can it be so exciting? Subsequently, Xing Jia and Zhao Lusi take the script seriously. A script of about 40,000 words, if you really want to read it quickly, it won't take too long. You can read it all in about 10 minutes. When the two of them started reading the script, at the first moment, I was somewhat shocked. Xing Jia and Zhao Ruorao exchanged a glance, both feeling that Chen Ze seemed not simple. They used to be Yang Mi's agents, and the work was arranged by them. Especially in filming, the script was also screened by them before it reached Yang Mi's hands. Therefore, they naturally understand the script. At first glance, after reading the script of Charlotte's Worries, I felt that it was a very mature script, not something that newcomers could write. This reaction, it is exactly the same as Yang Mi at that time. And Big Honey, at this point, we are observing their reactions. Seeing their surprised expressions and guessing their thoughts, I couldn't help feeling a little proud in my heart. Don't you think Chen Ze can't write a good script? The script of Charlotte's Worries is not inferior to those big screenwriters. I still have this kind of insight, my mother. And Xing Jia and Zhao Ruoruo, that is also a person who has experienced strong winds and waves. After a brief shock, I also calmed down and continued to read the script. They all wanted to pick a point from the script to tell Yang Mi that it was not a good script, but after reading it, they found that there was no roast. This result let Xing Jia and Zhao Ruorao even more shocking. This, Charlotte's Worries, is really good. No wonder Yang Mi, so confident. However, they still feel that investing in making movies is too risky. Even if the script is good, if the director is not good, the things produced can still be a pile of shit. Moreover, I heard that Chen Ze still wants to become a director himself. They feel unreliable. After careful consideration, this script is pretty good, it's a mature idea, and the plot is quite interesting, Xing Jia said. First, however, I still have some doubts. In the script, you wrote that after Charlotte's rebirth, you started copying songs, such as A Cut of Plum Blossoms and Those Flowers. I have heard of them. But like, just one time it's good, whose song is this? Why don't I remember? Upon hearing this, Chen Ze smiled faintly. He wrote the script according to the original plot. I have forgotten that in a parallel world, the song, Once Good, has not yet appeared. However, he didn't panic either and explained with a smile, this song, Once Good, is actually my original song. Original song. Xing Jia seems to have found some roast. She slightly raised the corner of her mouth and smiled. I never expected that besides writing novels and scripts, you could also write songs. Since this song will appear in the movie, can you sing it to us live? I think since you want to use an original song, I believe you have special confidence in the quality of this song, right? This. Chen Ze gently frowned. I'll talk to you about the script. Do you want me to sing? However, Chen Ze can also understand their thoughts, but he is afraid of losing money. Thinking of this, Chen Ze looked at Yang Mi, who had been silent for a long time. And Yang Mi, I listened to Chen Ze's song last night, I think his level is quite good. She smiled and said, Chen Ze, I think you can perform. You can't sing, right? Okay, then. Chen Ze, I reluctantly agreed. Moreover, his singing skills and many instrumental skills have been elevated to the level of a master. Forced to act forced, it's not impossible either. Seeking Flower monthly pass evaluation ticket. Thank you, thank you.